Good evening. When child is born, you like to believe their future is wide open. They can become anything they want, a doctor, an engineer, and CEO, but in reality, something else is happening. The children of doctors are often become doctors. Children of engineers become engineers. Even the truck driver children are most likely to become a truck driver. Or, like here, the son of an economist become economist. So is it an individual choice or something else is happening? Some may think that it is just a genetics, but my research work looks at how individual skills are shaped by their parents' occupations and their surrounding. What if what looks like an individual choice is actually one of the way the inequality passes across the generation? Most research studies the inequality and intergenerational mobility through income, wealth, education. But I asked a different question. I said, what about the transmission of occupational skill? So the first part of my research looks at occupational following, meaning the children following the same occupations as their parents, and I asked the question, who benefits from this and who doesn't benefit? And the second part of my research looked at the occupational skill. To study this, I developed economic models and used the US data, the longest running panel survey data, which follows the families across the years, and housed at University of Michigan. I used the data from US Census data from the skills data from US Bureau of Labor Statistics. And here is what I found. At the top of an income distribution, the children are more likely to be positively self-select, meaning they earn more by following their parents' occupation compared to any other occupations. But at the bottom of an income distribution, the children are negatively self-select, meaning they stuck at the low-paying occupations of their parents, even if they could have been better off in the other occupations. The same mechanism, following parents, creates the advantage at the top and the trap in the bottom. So it's one of the way inequality is passing across the generation. But when I look at the occupational skill, I found that the children are more likely to go into the jobs which requires the same occupational skill as their father. Higher analytical and technical skills of the parents let the child enter into the STEM occupations. Higher communication skill of the parents let the child enter into the healthcare and the education sectors. And here is one more insight. If the parent changes their job, which requires more problem-solving skill while the child is growing up, the probability that the child end up in a STEM occupation increases by 2 percentage points. So the inequality is not just about the income, it's also about the skill which is passing on and the one which doesn't. Because the future is not chosen, it's quietly inherited. Thank you.